Hey loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another video. So if this is your first time on the channel, I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button and be sure to click that bell, that way you never miss an upload from me. And if you're an OG that's been here for a minute, thank you so much for coming back. So I am here in the little old Oasis Springs building a bowling alley. Now, as we all know, we don't have a bowling alley lot type, so this is technically a restaurant, but the focus is bowling and arcade games and just really having a night on the town, whether you wanted to do like a birthday party or have something with your friends or do something with the kiddos or a date night. This is the perfect place just to have some good old fun and to play a couple of games along the way. So yeah, here it is. How are you guys doing today? I am feeling pretty good. It is kind of in the evening right now, but it's not too dark and it's kind of on and off raining, so I don't know, I'm just doing my best to stay in good spirits and to keep myself productive. I'm actually feeling a little bit on the tired side. I went to sleep extremely late last night and I woke up relatively early, so I'm just kind of running on fumes, but I'm just so happy to be bringing out this part. Now, I decided to create this based on my Super Sim challenge. By the way, if you haven't seen that challenge that I'm doing, definitely check down in the description box below or click the card on the screen. I will have a link to that playlist. So much fun. But one of my questions of the day was, where should my character in the Super Sim series, her name is Mick, where should she go for her first date? And a lot of people in the chat was saying go bowling. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a bowling alley. So the kind of look that I was going for was retro, but I wanted it to look like it was remodeled or refurbished. It's just kind of brought up to date. So that's why I have like this really big gable roof overhang like for the entryway, and the half gable roof kind of making that chevron, I guess, V like pattern, because I saw that was very a common thing. It was very prominent in a lot of the more retro builds for bowling alleys and just like recreational areas like skating rinks and things like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it had something to do with the ventilation, maybe it was just something done stylistically, but I thought it was super cool. And I don't know, for some reason I wanted to put this in Oasis Springs. I felt like, oh, did I even tell you guys the name of this bowling alley? So I decided to name this the Cosmic Llama Bowl-A-Rama. And it's just kind of funny because I decided to create this in Oasis Springs before I decided on a name, and the llamas usually live in the desert, right? So it kind of all worked out thematically, and I really enjoy that. So like I said, this is technically a restaurant, but it does have all of those bowling alley amenities, and I just thought that it was so cool. I mean, I just wanted to give this an official lot type instead of just something generic. And I like creating restaurants that are like themed or have additional activities, because what I like the most about the Dine Out pack, if you haven't gotten that pack, so good in my personal opinion, because if you have a little bit of imagination, you could pretty much make anything. Literally, you can make anything with the Dine Out pack. And I like that pack because you have staff, so you can control their uniforms, you can assign who's going to do what duties. I don't know, I just thought that it's just a super cool concept, and I tend to make my quote-unquote other builds that I don't have like an official lot type restaurants, because I like the staffing and I like theming the uniforms to however I'm building it. But yeah, here it is. Also, I really love the bowling pack, and how I kind of went with a more retro aesthetic is because the bowling pack is very mid-century mod focus. Like that's what a lot of the items are designed. Like there's a lot of timber mixed with like these vibrant colors. There are neon lights and just kind of oblong shapes. So I felt like it was only right to kind of keep it with that aesthetic, and I really think it paid off. So far I've made a space for where the bowling alley lanes are going to be. I only have 6 lanes here because those objects are huge, and honestly you're not gonna need like 20 lanes for the Sims. Like it just makes your game run slower. It makes your Sims take a little bit longer to get to where they need to go when you try to make things to a realistic scale. So I thought 6 was a good number to just keep it at. I like even numbers. So yeah, upstairs I wanted to dedicate to kind of more of like a bar area. Also, there's going to be more dining up there, and like the arcade area, and the larger bathrooms are upstairs. So there's bathrooms on both levels, but the upper level has more space for that. I'm working on the bar area, and what I like the most about this bar area is just all of the different bars. I decided to put 4 bars here, and I'm using those bars from the Get Together pack. I liked it just because it had those lights, and it was really going with like the neon theme that I was trying to convey on the inside. Like I said, this is called the Cosmic Llama Bowl-A-Rama. So cosmic bowling is just the main thing that I wanted to have here, and I felt like the lights were really on theme with that. And it's at this point where I'm deciding on what tables I was going to use. I decided to go with the high top tables because at a lot of the bowling alleys or like big arcades that I've been to in recent years, a lot of their dining is high top. I don't know if it's because the dining is usually next to the bar and the bar is a little bit more of a high top setup, or maybe for some other reason, but I don't know. I really liked it in this, and I like that with the dine out pack it has those high top tables in both the smaller and the larger size. Now I'm working on the arcade area, and I'm just sectioning off the big arcades. I can't quite recall what pack that came from. Those either came with base game or Get Together. If I'm wrong, definitely put it in the comment section where those big arcades came from. But I'm sectioning those off, and I wanted the arcade games to be a little bit separate from more of the analog games, like the foosball and the dartboard. I just kind of wanted it separate, but I wanted it all on that side of the room, just to kind of keep things a little bit more neat. And so the diners have that separation, but they're still super close if they wanted to play a game while they're waiting on their food or things like that. And now I'm putting in like these kind of like virtual reality booths. I mean, I guess they're not a booth. I mean, I guess I can call them a machine, but they came with the city living pack, and I'm putting them in their own little rooms just so like while you're in there it's a little bit darker, you're able to see the graphics better. I don't know, this is how it's working in my head. Obviously you don't need to do all this to use it, but I just wanted to create like these little booths so you can have that space to yourself and really focus on your game. I'm over here by the men's bathroom, and I'm just adding in some seating. I'm using those couches from the Discover University pack, and I really like the fact that they had like a really vibrant blue swatch. Initially I was going to try to piece together that bay window from Cats and Dogs and like those benches from City Living, but these chairs here again from the Discover University pack are perfect. I made a couple of sectional ones, and I'm just hiding it with these pillows that came with the toddler pack. Those pillows are also actually, they're considered living chairs, but I don't know, I really needed to cover the seam so you don't really see where it glitched. And I'm using the matching tables from Discover University, and in the sectional that I created in the corner, that rounded table is actually from base game. So yeah, I am just adding in a couple of wall decor pieces. So in this restaurant, obviously there is the kitchen, which is on the first level, and then that one kitchen basically cooks for the whole restaurant, so hopefully whoever is going to run this place can manage. There's always room to expand. If you really wanted to expand, you could just take away some of that prep space for like behind the bar if you wanted to put in like a second one of those. But during my play testing, everything worked pretty well. I'm using these wall pieces that also came with the dine out pack, and I really like them. Like, they're really wavy, and it was giving me like just intergalactic vibes. I really like the waviness. I don't know, for some reason it made me think about like sound waves. Like, I know we can't see sound waves, but if you see like a visual representation, it's just really wavy and the frequencies are just super cool. So that's kind of like where I was going with those decorative pieces. I had to size them down because they're pretty big, but once I sized them down, I think they added a little bit of ambiance, if I do say so myself. And also you can't see it, oh well, you can see it in bits. I use that flat wall light from the luxury party pack, and I'm creating like a little trash can area. I notice in a lot of public venues, when you are able to dump your trash in the dining room space, they have like these counters with like utensils, or where you would return your food trays or get your napkins from, or what have you. And now around the bar, I'm adding in these pendant lights that came with the bowling pack. I really like it. Like I said, this is definitely like a mid-century mod vibe, very like 60s, you know, late 50s, early 70s, like right smack down in the middle of last century. It's so weird saying last century when it was less than 100 years ago, but you know, it is what it is. And I decided to size down some of this signage. I believe those came with the get together pack, and I really liked it. I don't know, for me, a lot of times when I'm doing something that is more like arcade vibes, or even like parking lot vibes, because I believe I used that sign on the parking lot that I was doing with the Magnolia Retail District series that I have on this channel. I don't know, it's just, I feel like that's the best sign for it, and it had the right color swatch. But I sized them down and I placed them in a way to where it looks like that's like some sort of logo or some sort of brand. You guys know I love my branding, so that's where I was going with that. And I'm adding in some carpet tiles. I'm sorry, I just whipped away from there really fast, but those chevron carpet tiles came with the Spooky Day pack. And now I'm just adding in a couple of accessories. These bowling pins, obviously from the bowling pack, some more bowling wall art. I really like them. I just wish we had more variety, and honestly, those pictures were a big factor in my color scheme on the inside, because all of those are devoid of color. So I went with a more black and white base for my color scheme, and I added in pops of color with the chairs and the bowling balls and just the different decor pieces. So it all worked out. I just wish we had more of a variety. My ideal with this, it's like every time I build something, I try to like think of how people could use it in more than one way. So if you didn't want to use this as a restaurant, you can also make this into like a retail lot. So that's what that counter is for. I have cash registers over there. I also have cash registers upstairs at the main bar. I just thought that was such a dope concept, and later on I'll just add in a couple of things that Sims might want to purchase here. But yeah, that is kind of like my hostess station. I just took one of the buffet, actually that's not really a buffet table, it's more like an accent table or a console. I took the one with like with the lights, and I put it next to two hostess stands, and it's pretty cool. It's like nice to have like an official area for guests to be greeted, especially if this is going to be a restaurant. Also, a lot of times in places like Dave & Buster's, or you know, Andretti's, or Main Event, or whatever it may be around you, there is someone to greet the people. So I just wanted to have that official place up front. But yeah, back to what I was just talking about in that area where I said I was going to put the cash register. And my idea, like, that's where you would like do your shoe rental, or you know, anything like that, like if you needed something, that's where you would go. And then I created a little room next to that, if you could see it, but in my head that would be kind of like the bowling shop. At a lot of bowling alleys, you can purchase bowling balls there, you can purchase bowling gear there, especially if you're like a part of a bowling league. Like you can order custom shirts for your team and things like that. I wish that was a thing. That would be so cool to like have like a bowling league event. I guess you can create it if you like put it in your Sims calendar. Like maybe you could schedule to do that, or like if you create a club using the club feature from Get Together, you can create like a bowling league. But it would be nice if it was like something regular. I don't know. Let me know your ideas on that. That would be such a dope concept. And let me know like if you guys actually like more of like the stuff packs, like the bowling pack. I like it. Unfortunately, I don't bowl too often, and that's a fault on me. That's completely user error. I really don't do a ton of gameplay. I would like to do more, but I mostly build. But yeah, anyway, back to the build. I'm getting off track. But this is that room that I was telling you guys about. This will be kind of like the repair shop, or where you would buy like bowling balls, or if, you know, there was a maker they needed to fix something, like I don't know, something with like the lanes. This will be like the room where they would like store those things. And you know, like if they needed to like repaint the bowling pins, like that was my idea with this. And I actually had my sim paint that graffiti. I just really liked it, and I thought that was such a dope piece of art. That's my personal aesthetic, and I feel like it kind of marries the old with the new. I would imagine that this place like while it was in between like its older era and its more current area, it accumulated a lot of graffiti. So maybe they hire a graffiti artist to do that on the inside, because they probably liked the graffiti, but it wasn't good for business. I don't know, that's just where my head is going with this. Anyway, I'm just outside doing some touches here and there, trying to figure out what railing that I wanted on those stairs and that landing when you first come in. And I'm adding in this partition fence that came with Get Together, if I'm not mistaken. I could definitely be wrong about that, but I think it came with Get Together. And I just created a little partition by the little retail area I was telling you guys about. And I'm just digging through the debug menu, trying to figure out what cars I wanted to have here and how I wanted to make it look like how your Sims would come on and off this lot. This lot was too small for me to do like a proper like parking lot, but you know, we don't really need it. I mean, it's not like the cars are usable or anything like that. And I'm grabbing some of these like fenced in grass areas that was in the debug menu. So I seen this a lot in Oasis Springs, so I only thought it was fitting. I thought it was perfectly fitting to bring these in just to create like a grassy area for me to do a little bit of landscaping, make this place feel a little bit lush. I feel like landscaping really is like the cherry on top in your builds, and I appreciate a good landscape. I tried my best to make it look decent. And yeah, I'm just arranging the cars to make it look like it's actually driving from the side of the lot underneath this little passageway that I've created. And now I'm creating a little bus stop. I mean, it's not like Sims use public transportation, but they could. I mean, we don't know how they get to and from their destinations. It could be an Uber, it could be a car, it could be a bus. We've seen trolleys in places like Newcrest and Magnolia Promenade, so why not? I'm creating a little bus stop, and I just made a little area. I raised it up one so your Sims wouldn't need like any type of steps to get on here. And that awning piece came with the Get Together pack. It's actually in the debug menu along with that sign. In my head is a bus sign, and those benches are from the City Living pack. Now I'm just adding in some of these some of these spotlights. They're not spotlights, they're searchlights. Some of those searchlights from the Get Famous pack, and I just thought it would be super cool. Like at night, the big old searchlights would be like flashing, and it would be drawing more attention to this build. And yeah, I'm just doing a little bit more landscaping. I got that item also from the debug menu. I liked it because it was oblong and it was interesting. Just adding in a couple of palm trees and flowers and shrubs and that bowling sign just to really finish everything off. I really like the palm trees because again, it kind of goes with the desert llama theme, and we are in Oasis Springs, so there are palm trees everywhere. I really didn't have a choice on what tree I got to use with here, with a lot in this location. And I'm also just creating a little bit of a fountain area so I can put these little water jets. Those came with the spa day pack actually, and I thought it was cool. I thought since they were round, it kind of remind me of bowling balls, and I just added in a bigger jet so it's a bit more noticeable. And I'm trying to hide the seams with some of these shrubs, make it look a little bit more blended. I don't know, I just really like the way it came out, and for some reason I really adore that little garden area. Now I'm just adding in a little bit of a light above the doorway. I don't know, I'm just trying my best to illuminate this space and make it look as good as I can at night. And I started with these little lights here. Those lights are actually from the bowling pack, but I do swap them out for a little bit and I use those lights somewhere else. And I'm just adding in more lights, more illumination, trying to bring this place to life, and you know, just some other odds and ends. Also, right now I am doing a giveaway for the new Eco Lifestyle game pack. So if you are interested, I will have a link to that video. Be sure to do all of the things that are disclosed in the video to be qualified and eligible to win that pack. But yeah, I really like that pack, and I'm looking to give a pack away to one of my subscribers just as a thank you for watching my videos and just to bring a little bit of joy to someone's life. But yeah, back to this build. I'm just adding in some lights, and yeah, I think this video is wrapping up here. So I've been rambling on enough. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. It helps me and the channel out more do you know. If you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe and be sure to click that bell. That way you never miss an upload from me. And this will be available on the gallery underneath the Cosmic Llama Bowl-A-Rama. My origin ID is simply Nisey. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.